Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of The Alpha, the show where we talk about the hottest topics on pop culture and sports, hosted by yours truly, Jayden. And today, it's Monday, and it is March the 10th. NFL free agency has commenced, and it has been wild. Twitter has been on speed dial for me, and I know it has been for you guys. Bleacher Report, ESPN, everything is going wild. But we got some big moves that I want to talk with you guys about. But before we get on to all that, I want to take this time. Again, thank you guys for tuning into the video. Be sure to hit that subscribe button on the channel if you are enjoying me. And tap the notification bell to get notified when all my videos go live. And to hit that like button on the video if you are enjoying. Thank you for the recent support of the podcast. And let's get right into it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is Sam Darnold is signing with the Seattle Seahawks. Reported by our guy, Adam Schefter. Former Vikings quarterback Sam Darnold reached agreement today on a 3-year, $110.5 million contract, including $55 million guaranteed with the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle has its successor to Geno Smith. My boy, Adam Schefter, has a little typo there, which I know he probably didn't mean to have that. So, to talk about Sam Darnold, it seems from background information that I've collected, he actually got less than what Baker did last year with the Bucs. That's a win. So, we're going to get to it later on in the podcast, but Geno Smith was traded from Seattle. And I'll leave all the details for that later on. So, Seattle was in the move for a quarterback. They were in the need for a quarterback. They were in the quarterback market. But obviously, this draft is not very quarterback friendly. Not a lot of studs out there at quarterback. And I don't know exactly where Seattle was drafting. I'm pretty sure it is probably in the middle round. So you're going to have to get a free agent quarterback. Probably an Aaron Rodgers, a Jsutin Fields, Russell Wilson, and of course, Sam Darnold. And they got Sam Darnold, which is the right move. You're going to get him at a bargain. I think, what does this look like? 3 years, 110. So this is right under 40 million. Right under 40 million. I want to say that's probably 38, 39. My math may be god awful, but don't quote me on that. But so you got him at a bargain. But to get to Sam Darnold himself, Sam Darnold has had a rough start to his career. We are well aware. He started off with the Jets. Coming out of USC, a lot of people thought he was going to be the next best thing. He never lived up to it, and he has not lived up to it until this recent season. Then he left the Jets, went to Carolina, could not resurrect his career there. Left Carolina, went to the San Francisco 49ers under Kyle Shanahan, sat behind Brock Purdy. Then next year, he goes to Minnesota. He gets with Kevin O'Connell, gets with a bunch of great players with Jaydens Jefferson, Jordan Addison, the tight end, Hawkinson, Aaron Jones as your running back. And he has a fantastic season, leads them to what I believe to be 13 wins. And the reason why they weren't the number one seed in the NFC is because the Detroit Lions had the same exact record as them. And in the big game, Sam Darnold crumbled like a Christmas cookie. And he did the same thing in the playoffs, which really did hurt his stock. Sam Darnold did not look good in that playoff game. He did not. Not even a little bit. Sam Darnold was, I don't even remember what team they played, but Sam Darnold was single-handedly the reason why they lost in that playoff game. Again, I don't remember who they played. I just remember specifically, yeah. It was bad. Horrid. They played the Rams, if I'm not mistaken. It was the Rams. It was horrid. Missing throws. Overthrowing people. Getting sacked. Taking sacks. It was one of the worst games that you could ever play when you're due for a contract that you could play. So going into this offseason, teams like the Pittsburgh Steelers, the New York Giants, the New York Jets, that and the Raiders, I mean, Sam Darnold had a small market, and the Vikings drafted J.J. McCarthy last year, and a lot of people said that he was originally supposed to be the starter. We don't know how true that is, but the Vikings decided to move on from Sam Darnold. They said it earlier in the week that he would not be coming back to the Vikings, so now he's going to be with Seattle. And also, what this means for him in Seattle, we're going to get to it later. DK's not there no more. They released Tyler Lockett. So who do you have on offense? Kenneth Walker can't stay healthy. You got Jackson Smith and Jigba, but you don't have no wide receiver outside of him right now. Not a great O-line by any means. I don't even know who the tight end is that they have. Noah Fant, I think, is their tight end. He's pretty decent. If you're Seattle, I imagine they might get a wide receiver in this draft, even though this draft coming up is not very wide receiver heavy. But will Sam Darnold be able to thrive in the NFC West? Will he carry him over the hump? I don't think so. I don't see a drastic, to me personally, I don't see a drastic difference between Sam Darnold and Geno Smith. But that's just me. I may be wrong for saying that, but that's just me. I think Sam Darnold, I would have been hesitant to sign Sam Darnold, even though his contract, based on the quarterback market right now, his contract is it's a bargain. We got to call it what it is. It is a bargain. But at the same time, when you seen that playoff game, the last 2 games of the season, he did not play well when the game was on the line. And that's what you want out of a quarterback. When the game is on the line, when it's crunch time, are you going to be the guy to put the team over the hump? Sam Darnold was not that. And he had a very, very talented team. So guess what? You're going to a situation in Seattle, you have a less talented team. You're in a pre-gauntly division. You got the San Francisco 49ers in your division. You have the Los Angeles Rams, and you have the Arizona Cardinals. 2 of those teams are going to be good next year, give or take. So you are in a very, very strong division. Is it a good move by the Seahawks given the quarterback market? Yes, I would rather have Sam Darnold than somebody like Aaron Rodgers or Justin Fields or Russell Wilson. He's younger. At least he's shown that he can use his legs. He's going to be mobile. He can make reads and he can make throws. Aaron Rodgers is old. Russell Wilson is old. Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers ain't mobile. And the reason why you can't really use Justin Fields as an option is because Justin Fields is not an accurate, consistently accurate thrower of the football. So, all in all, it is a good move for Seattle. It doesn't knock my socks off. I would have still rather kept Geno Smith, but maybe you're saying as the Seahawks organization, Geno Smith and Sam Darnold is the same guy, and you're getting Sam Darnold at a cheaper option. And that is what I have to say about that. Shout out to Sam Darnold. Way to resurrect your career. Get your money and get your bag. And now, hopefully, you will lead the Seahawks to win the NFC West, even though I highly doubt it. But good luck to you in all of your future endeavors. Now, the news is just popping off by the day. I mean, look, my phone is going wild, guys. I know you can see it. It's going crazy, but we're going to say the topics of what we're saving now. My guy, Jsutin Fields, who I have been an advocate for a very long time. He has just agreed by Adam Schefter on a 2-year, $40 million deal that includes $30 million guaranteed to sign with the New York Jets. Deal negotiated by David, excuse me if I pronounce this wrong, Mulgeta of Athletes First. Quick reactions to this. It's not good. If you're the Jets and you're a Jets fan, I don't know how you'd be happy about this. I love Justin. I really do. I've loved Justin Fields. I am a Ohio State guy. You guys are all aware of this. They just won a national championship. So, I'm an Ohio State guy to the heart. I've loved Justin Fields. I've been one of those who has give him the weapons, give him the team that he needs. He can play some football. I don't like Justin Fields as your franchise guy. Granted, you only signed him for 2 years for $20 million compared to the 40s and the $38 million that Sam Darnold got. You're getting him at a cheaper price. But with Justin Fields, you're going to need an offense. They don't have that. Davante Adams is gone. Alan Lazard, I think, requested for a trade. So they're looking for trade suitors for him. All you got is Garrett Wilson and a bag of chips. Jack Conklin, I think that's the name of their tight end. He's pretty decent. He's okay. O-line, god-awful. Bryce Hall got a great running back. Defense, they were very underwhelming this year. Leave a lot to be desired. This move, to me, is just saying we had no other option. We knew we weren't re-signing Aaron Rodgers. We're going to let Aaron Rodgers walk. We cut Aaron Rodgers. We're not in the market to draft the quarterback unless we trade up and give up assets. You tried trading Davante Adams, but you ended up having to cut him. So now what you're left up with, Justin Fields. I'm trying to think now, who is the Jets coach? Yeah, Aaron Glenn. How did I not think of that? So if you are Aaron Glenn, you're trying to set a culture. You're a defensive-minded head coach. Y'all know how I am about defensive-minded head coach when it comes to quarterbacks. We've seen it with Caleb Williams this past season. Defensive head coaches are not good developers of the quarterback. You got to bring in an offensive-minded guy as your offensive coordinator that is an absolute guru. That should be Aaron Glenn's number one priority. Because if you are going to maximize Justin Fields, you're going to have to do that. Justin Fields isn't your ordinary drop back passer. He is a Lamar Jackson type quarterback. He is nowhere near as good as Lamar Jackson. Please do not put those words in my mouth. But that's his play style. He is very out for the beginning of his career because Lamar Jackson now has been more pass-centric over the last couple of years. But in the beginning of Lamar Jackson's career, it is a comp to Justin Fields. He's a run-first guy. He can make throws occasionally, but he's not consistent throwing the football. Lamar Jackson has been able to develop that. Justin Fields hasn't. We saw it in a little bit with Pittsburgh of his ability to make some passes, but it's still somewhat inconsistent. So in this passing scheme, you're going to have a passing scheme that is very play-action centric, in my opinion. You cannot turn Justin Fields into a drop-back passer. Did he do it at Ohio State? Absolutely, but this is the NFL. You got to be able to, it's a different league dropping back to pass than it was in college. So you're going to have a very run-centric offense, which they do with Bryce Hall and that other running back that they drafted from Wisconsin. And you're going to have to be a very play-action-centric offense. RPOs, quarterback draw. You got to utilize it all. That's how you maximize Justin Fields. You cannot turn Justin Fields into a drop-back passer. It's not going to happen. Unless he shocks me and he develops a drop-back passing game, I'll shut my mouth. But right now, as we speak, Justin Fields is not a consistent thrower of the football in England. So please get him a good offensive coordinator. I don't know who that is right now in the moment on the Jets coaching staff, but he needs to have it because that is the recipe for success for Justin Fields. I'm glad Justin Fields left the Pittsburgh Steelers. The offensive game plan for the Steelers since Big Ben has left has been god awful. Even though to a certain degree this past season, Arthur Smith, he helped it out just a little bit, and you saw some little lift up when it comes to some competence with Pittsburgh offense. But ever since Big Ben has left, offensively, the Pittsburgh Steelers has not consistently been able to put points on the board. They have been very ride or die on the defense. I did not want that for Justin Fields. He really had nobody to throw the ball to. And we're going to get to something else. I would have liked Justin Fields to have that type of personnel, but I guess the Rooney family and the Pittsburgh Steelers decided I think they're going to stay with Russ. They've been said and they're not going to keep both. So Justin Fields walks, and I think they're going to re-sign Russell Wilson. I'm glad Justin Fields is going to be able to put the keys in the car and drive his own car, but at the same time, not the best situation you can be in compared to the Steelers, and it's the Jets. It's a horrible football town. Do I think the Jets make the playoffs next year? Absolutely not. I know you're in the division with the Dolphins. You're in the division with the Patriots, who has been making a lot of moves today. By the way, the New England Patriots, who's got a great head coach now, who's got a franchise quarterback. They think he's shown a lot of promise. And then you got the Buffalo Bills. If I didn't state them already, the Miami Dolphins. Tua's still there, Tyreek Hill and the guys. Your defense is going to have to be a whole lot better than what they were last year. That's for sure. But I don't have them making it to the playoffs. And I think this is just going to be a continuation of New York football. The Jets have been horrible. They have not done anything since Joe Namath. And I think that trend is going to continue. I'm happy for Justin Fields. He got his bag. A lot of people thought he was going to be one and done in the NFL. A lot of people, including my father, has said many of times he just needs to turn into a running back like they tried to say to Lamar Jackson. I believe in Justin Fields still. I think Justin Fields could still be a good asset to a team. I just think Justin Fields I think his role with Pittsburgh was ideal. Bring him in on short yardage situations. I know it's insulting, but at the same time, Justin, we got to take that on the chin, big dog. But I'm happy for you. You want to make a chance to try and redeem your career. You go out there and do it, Justin. I believe in you. You just got to work on that pass game consistently. You can be a great quarterback in the NFL. You're not going to be transcendent talent. You're not going to be elite. But you can be good enough to get your job done and be able to make you some money. Okay? You got you some money now, but it's only 2 years. I need you to make some more money after this, okay? Because they only gave you a 2-year contract. So obviously they're not that in all of you, Justin, okay? We just got to get better with it and make us some money, okay? I believe in you, Justin, and I hope your stint with the New York Jets goes well because we all know the history of that organization. It's not the best. All power to you. I wish you would have went somewhere else. But maybe I might be shocked. Aaron Glenn, great defensive coach. New culture. You're in a gauntlet division. Shout out to Justin Fields. Moving on to a very shocking development. Even though when he announced that he wanted to be traded, I never thought that he was going to get traded. And I knew this team would be in the running. Them and the Chargers. DK, Big Boy Metcalf, was traded from Seattle and is headed to the Steelers for a 2025 second-round pick. And he is signing a 5-year, $150 million contract with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He had 1 year left on his deal, so he signs this. $30 million. Pretty good amount. Pretty decent amount. I think CD got what, 35? What did CD get? CD get 35 or 38? Can't remember. So you get 7 to 8 million less than what the wide receiver market is desiring right now. We know Jamar Chase is going to get way past 40. So just DK Metcalf is a number one wide receiver. Him alongside George Pickens, Pat Freiermuth. What it seems to be like right now, it is going to be Russell Wilson. It's a pretty elite squad to me. I don't know about y'all, but DK Metcalf with George Pickens, Pat Freiermuth. Arthur Smith. If you hear me, okay, can we get the Pittsburgh Steelers offense going? Please. You made some progress. You really did. But we got to make some more. The Pittsburgh offense has got to be, it's got to turn into, we got to get with the times, okay? We're still stuck in the 2010s way of offense. It's the 2025. Can we get some great offense going? Because there's no reason why with DK Metcalf, again, DK Metcalf, George Pickens, Pat Freiermuth, and Russell Wilson is your quarterback with Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren with a better O-line than what it has been the last couple years, there's no reason why you should have made the playoffs this year. And there's no reason why you shouldn't make some noise in that division. We all know Baltimore's going to be there. Cincinnati's going to be there. Cleveland, God bless them. You gave away a 2025 second round pick, which would have been a pick that you would have probably tried to use on a wide receiver. Okay. We know obviously you're going to have Russell Wilson back from what it seems like. This is a great move for the Steelers. The Steelers have been needing a wide receiver for a while now. I've never understood the fatuation with Deontay Johnson when he was there. I never thought he was a number one guy. This dude right here, DK Metcalf, he is a number one guy. He is a guy. He's massive. He is a specimen. You throw the ball up to DK Metcalf, he is going to catch it 9 times out of 10. Does he have some drop issues occasionally? Yes. But all in all, he's a stud. And pairing him along with George Pickens. But Mike Tomlin, do remember, as of now, you got 2 drama queens at wide receiver, okay? For some reason, I don't know what it is about the Steelers. They stay getting players as drama queens. When you're coming from like the Le'Veon Bills, the Antonio Browns, then you had Deontay Johnson. Now you have George Pickens, and on top of that, now you got DK Metcalf. It's like they can't win for losing. Mike Tomlin, you just can't win. I hate it for you, but these 2 are 2 drama queens. Okay, you're gonna have to maintain that in the locker room. Some way, somehow, you got to figure it out. But outside of that, this is a great move for the Steelers, as I stated again. Would I have loved for him to go to somewhere like Los Angeles with Justin Herbert? Yes, but he's going to put on that black and gold, that history, just the Rooney family, the organization, the Super Bowls. It's all there. The only thing I just say with the Steelers, you got to get a better O-line, beef up the O-line. We got to turn the Steelers into a team that turns into more balance. You can't rely on your defense playing like the steel curtain every game. It's not suitable in today's NFL. Because when it gets to the end of the season, your defense is going to get worn down. And it has happened to them every single year. It happened to them this past year. This edition is a step towards that, and I think the Steelers have the personnel to pull it off, even with Russell Wilson. You just got to beef up the O-line. We will be fine. You will be fine. I don't know why I'm saying we. I'm a Cowboys fan. You will be fine. Great move by the Steelers and great move for DK Metcalf. Moving away to news that did occur Friday night, which was very shocking in my opinion. The Seattle Seahawks are trading Geno Smith to the Raiders, reuniting with his head coach, Pete Carroll. It is a 3rd-round pick going to Seattle. Seattle has been in the quarterback market this year. I think what this is telling us, which a lot of teams have been saying this, they don't love this quarterback class. Let's just call it a buck. Outside of Shador and Cam Ward, there's nothing. So, Tennessee has the number 1 pick. I don't remember exactly what pick the Raiders had. So they deemed Geno Smith a valuable option. The Raiders have been a decent team. They just needed a quarterback. You had Gardner Minshew as your quarterback. You've had Desmond Riddler as your quarterback. You've had Derek Carr as your quarterback. Not been ideal by any stretch of the imagination. Okay? Walking into this season, you had Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew as your 2 quarterbacks. And neither one of them were healthy the whole season. All the Raiders fans have been crying out for a quarterback. Brock Bowers, straight stud, had a historic season. So all you were missing was good quarterback play. You still need a wide receiver. You got rid of Davante Adams. Geno Smith is good. He's not a franchise quarterback, in my opinion. But in today's league, you just need some competence at quarterback. You just extended Max Crosby. You locked him up. You got Tyree Wilson. You got Brock Bowers. You still need another wide receiver. You definitely need a running back. And a lot of people are pointing towards Genty getting drafted by them in the first round this year. This wide receiver draft is not the best. I imagine that they, with a lot of wide receivers that are available in this free agency, I imagine the Raiders are going to go get one. But Pete Carroll's a defensive guy. So he's going to have that defense ready and fired up, ready to go. I think that's the reason why ultimately Max Crosby did re-sign with them, because I did not see a scenario where Max Crosby was going to want to stay with the Raiders. But do I think that this puts the Raiders over the hump? No. Because you got to think, you're still in a division with the Chargers and Jim Harbaugh, who are going to only continue to get better. You got a 3-time Super Bowl champ in your division, alongside a team who just went to the playoffs as well, in Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos, led by Sean Payton. Right now, in my opinion, all 3 of those teams are better. Right now, as we speak. Any person who has any type of football mind will say right now, if you had to bet your money on who would win that division and who would make the playoffs in that division, nobody is going to pick the Las Vegas Raiders right now. Let's just keep it a buck. They're okay. With this move, they're still okay. It doesn't move the needle. But does it make you more competent at quarterback? Yes, because there were many situations in this season where you were decent quarterback play away from being a competent team. But in the same time, would I rather try to trade up and get a young quarterback? Yes. But I'm more shocked to Seattle's point of view. I don't know why they really thought that somebody else outside Geno Smith was going to be the answer. I don't think they wanted to pay Geno Smith another contract. This is a decent move for the Las Vegas Raiders. It is shocking. They said earlier in the week that they were going to get rid of Gardner Minshew. And then they made this move. So it at least gets them competent quarterback play, but it's not going to move the needle. Sadly. And that's just why we're just going to leave it at that. Moving on to another topic that I am sad about because I wanted him to be playing for my team. Davante Adams has signed a 2-year deal, $46 million with $26 million guaranteed to sign with the Los Angeles Rams. I am extremely happy for Davante Adams. Ever since he left the Packers, this man has not, I don't even think he's shown up in a playoff game yet. He was with the Raiders for 2 or 3 years, I cannot quite remember. Did he just play 3 months with the Jets? He got cut by the Jets. And I was scared wherever he was going to wait and see where Aaron Rodgers was going to go before he signed with somebody. That did not seem to be the case. This is what, 20? So you got him at a bargain, $23 million annually. That's a bargain for his age, his stature. He can still play some football. This is a great move because of this. You already have Puka Nacua, so he's not going to be your number one option. He's not going to be getting your best cornerback. You just re-signed Matt Stafford, extended him. You got a good O-line, even though they just traded one of their main O-linemen to Chicago. But the O-line is still going to be good. I imagine Sean McVay, offensive guru, great coach. He's going to find a way to fill in that need. Competent defense. The team had the chance to represent the NFC in the NFC Championship. A lot of people said that. What this news means as well, Cooper Kupp is out the door. But them signing Davante Adams, they're saying, I'm sorry, You won a Super Bowl for us. You won the Triple Crown, but you've been injured too much. You're not reliable, and you're gone. I don't think that the Los Angeles Rams are going to be able to trade Cooper Kupp. Do I see a situation where this situation gets drawn out and there's a possibility that Cooper Kupp probably is not going to go to another team in another month or two? Yes. Would I love to see Puka Nacua, Davante Adams, and Cooper Kupp on the same team? Absolutely. Who wouldn't? With Matt Stafford. With that defense that's young and upcoming, who just gave the Eagles a run for their money, had the chance with the game on the line, final drive to actually beat the Philadelphia Eagles who just won the Super Bowl. I would love to see it. But this is a smart move for Davante Adams. He's got championship on his mind. With that division, who I just said earlier, I think right now the Rams are the best team in the division. They're better than San Francisco, even though San Francisco had all those injuries. But right now they are in wide. They got drama going on in San Francisco. You just traded Debo. We all know the news has been coming out about Brandon Ayuk, about them probably wanting to trade him away. Yeah, even though they still got George Kittle, you don't know what you're going to do with Brock Purdy. Your defense was not as good as it was the last couple of years. Just a down team than what it has been for the San Francisco 49ers. Like we said earlier with the Seattle Seahawks. Sam Darnold, he doesn't move the needle. Like I said about Geno Smith, he doesn't move the needle. It's like copy and paste. It's the same thing. Their defense is pretty good, but you got to get some offensive weapons, and we know the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals are the Arizona Cardinals. They're not good. Kyler Murray has not transcended to what people believe he could and would be. Got young wide receivers out there, but at the same time, they're just not good. Not good defensively. They're just not a good ball club. So the Los Angeles Rams are the best team in the division. I think they're going to be contending for a Super Bowl, and they are probably going to be one of the Super Bowl favorites going into next season. Great move for the Rams because it seems like they know they are going to get rid of Cooper Kupp, and I'm happy for Davante Adams. Our last topic of the day is something that obviously deals with the Cowboys. If you guys are not aware, Max Crosby just signed for $35 million a year annually. Some point last week. I don't quite remember the day exactly. But something else happened as well. The Browns and Myles Garrett reached an agreement today that will make him the highest paid non-QB in NFL history with a $40 freaking million contract with $123 million guaranteed. Myles Garrett deserves this money. There was drama all this offseason when he announced his trade at the end of the season, saying that he could not come back to Cleveland. They're not a winning organization right now, which they still are not, even with him being signed by them. They're not a winning organization. They are in quarterback HELL hockey sticks right now, even though they did just restructure his contract significantly. But at the same time, we have to be totally honest with ourselves. Myles Garrett should not have signed this contract. I get it, money talks. But if you're saying that you were wanting to contend for a Super Bowl, there's no shot that's happening ever with the Cleveland Browns. The Browns are going to be the Browns. Okay? They're butt. They're not good. They're not a good franchise. Not a good organization. Have not done anything since Jim Brown was there. So in this situation, does money talk? Yes. But Myles Garrett, you could have went to Philly. Could have went to Detroit. Somewhere where they need edge rushers are always needed. So if you were wanting to win, there's no shot that you were staying with Cleveland and you want to win. You want your bag, bud. There's no shame in it. You just became the highest paid non-QB in NFL history. $40 million. Money talks. Okay. If I said those same words, I would have probably done what you've done. I'm not hating on you at all. But we just got to have some consistency here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Myles Garrett. He's been an all-pro, first team all-pro four times in the last 6 years. He's made 6 Pro Bowls. He has always been in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation. He deserves his money. But that gets me to the other side of this argument. Dallas We can't keep waiting with Micah Parsons. He just keeps getting more expensive and more expensive and more expensive. We cannot keep this going on. We can't keep this tango going on. Okay? When are we going to sign Micah? Because he just got $40 million. Max Crosby just got 35. Micah could walk into the negotiation table right now saying that I'm better than both of those guys statistically. I'm younger. I have been compared to Lawrence Taylor so many times since I've been in the league. Pay me my money. I want $40+ million. Now, he has said in negotiations, in media interviews, and in public, he has said he is willing to make a discount. He is willing to take a hometown discount. But you got to get the free agents in there. What has Dallas been known for years? Not bringing in free agents. So, what does that mean? Because right now, we already know free agency is going on now, and Dallas is not making no moves. Right now, the only thing that I've seen about Dallas, anything dealing with making moves, is that Jordan Lewis is gone. Jordan Lewis is not a member of the Dallas Cowboys anymore. So if you're Dallas, Micah Parsons is just going to keep getting expensive and more expensive. We've been talking about him getting extended since Joey Bosa got his contract 2 years ago when he signed for $34 million. So now Max Crosby is signed. And now Myles Garrett is signed. Dallas, we cannot be just sitting here keep droning out these contracts. You just can't do it. We did it with CD, we done it with Dak, and we're doing it with Micah right now. We know he's our guy. We know we know Micah is our guy. If you're one of those idiots on the internet who says that we need to trade him away, you're stupid. This man is going to be a future first ballot Hall of Famer. He is your ultimate gadget guy, even though I don't believe he should be a pass rusher. I think he should be a linebacker, but that's just my personal opinion. But anywhere you put him, he is a game changer. These guys just don't walk into your building like that, okay? So guess what? You should pay him because he's not going to get any cheaper. He's not. He's not getting cheaper at all. This just keeps lingering into the incompetence of this organization, the GM, and the front office. Jerry Jones is a cancer to that locker room, is a cancer to that organization. Is Jerry Jones good at making money? Absolutely. But when it comes to actually investing in his business, he sucks at it, okay? He sucks. He knows how to make the money. He knows how to make it. He knows how to advertise. But when it comes to putting money into his business, he has been garbage at it. He just has. He's not good at the front office stuff. He's good at the ownership stuff. But when it comes to being a GM and being a member of the front office that makes the moves, he is not good at it. And he is putting our franchise in a deeper hole than what they need to be in. Dallas, hurry up and sign Micah. He's not getting more cheaper. Shout out to Myles Garrett for getting your bag. You deserved it. And this just continues more on the incompetence of the Dallas Cowboys. And that is all that we are going to talk about today on the Alpha Podcast. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for the continued support on the podcast. If you enjoyed this podcast, be sure to tap that like on the video. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed my commentary and enjoyed me truly as a creator. And to tap that notification bell to get notified when all my videos go live. I am going to be making more videos about this when it comes to free agency frenzy. And I love you guys so much, and I appreciate all your guys' support recently. I will see you guys on the next one. I love you so much. Peace, love, and positivity always, y'all. See you.